It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Happy New Year!
Oh, it's New Year's! What? Oh, my gosh.
Hey,
I didn't
come
even know.
on.
Happy New Year's.
New Year. Come on, celebrate. Happy New Year.
I didn't know it was Happy New Year's
Come
yet.
on, let's
He fell
go.
asleep at 10 o'clock
Yeah, I
last
did.
night.
I'm
Come
sorry.
on.
Happy New Year, America.
Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Nets in Brooklyn. For the Nets, they come in off the loss to the Celtics. Things have definitely been looking up for them lately during this midseason stretch. I think pieces are really falling into place for them at this stage. Guys, it might have taken some time for him to adjust to the NBA, but D'Angelo Russell becoming a force in the league. What do you think finally clicked for him, Shaq?
Well, one, he's getting the ball, and two, he was given more freedom and control on offense, and he's making more measured decisions on offense. He's not as sporadic as he used to be.
Learning how to say no. You know, being a point guard, you got to say no to some of the best players in the world. I can't get you the ball right now. And he's getting comfortable creating for others.
Thank you for joining us. We go courtside now. Kevin Harlan has the call.
But traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. There is no better way to start off the new year than with the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. The Magic made a special trip here for one game back in Orlando for the next one. They've had some tough losses recently, starting to slide at a point in the season, guys, where you do not want that to happen.
You know, sometimes during the season, Kevin, as long as it is, teams just go through that blasé period. And that's basically what I sense is going on here. You can't put a finger on any one or two things. It's just a matter of it not clicking and trying to figure it out.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Kenny Atkinson had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Well, guys, they've played them twice, won one, lost one, and he told me, we've already shown these guys we can compete toe-to-toe with them. And we're not looking to just compete. We want to go out there and control the entire game. Some big goals for them today, guys.
Thank you, David. Here we are, Doris. January 1st, a brand new year on the calendar. Did you make any new big resolutions for the new year?
Yeah, the only resolution I have made is to find my way next to the great Kevin Harlan as often as humanly possible.
Doris, you were reading my mind. I feel the same way. And to be with our great 2K staff, how lucky are we?
It's got a nice clean game, huh?
He'll be the Nets off the tip. A look at the starting group for the Magic. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings. And it's Mack in at the one. Now here's Cram. Okafor with the screen on Ross. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Lynn. Another shot. Mozgov's shot is off. Mack with the ball to the inside. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. It's Mozgov, top of the key. Okafor, and count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot.
That one misses for Okafor. And the Nets throwing big money at restricted free agents in recent years, trying to add talent any way they can.
Well, and sometimes being willing to overpay if they have to. With no high draft picks walking through that door, they've got to exploit every opportunity to improve this roster.
Now here's Gordon. He's coming off a 22-point game against Miami.
Yeah, Kev, he was a standout on the backboards that night and got a number of big rebounds.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
And Ross with the slam.
Well, the flashback to Ross's rookie year when he won the dunk contest. Give him a chance, and you're guaranteed to see something flashy.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Lynn. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Celtics in Boston. Takes the 13-footer, and that one comes up a bit short. Here's Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Hands of the ball out of bounds. Fournier last touched it. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Russell kicks to Lynn. Okafor, the pass to Crabbe. Back to Okafor. Outside, Lynn. Picked by Okafor. Back to Mozgov. To the middle. Tries again. Vucevic with the block. Now here's Matt. Defended by Lynn. Here's Vucevic. Good, and the nice assist from Matt. Vucevic has got his first points of the game.
So out of the gates, 3 for 3, exactly what they're looking for.
Outside, Lynn. Here's Okafor. Orlando grabs the miss. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
Well, you hope they learn from the experience, and it's a shame it had to come at the expense of a loss because they did play well enough to win.
Count that one. Okafor's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
And Matt kicks to Vucevic. Passes it to Fournier. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Evan Fournier out of France, an instinctive offensive player, Greg.
Yeah, favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and you can see some similarities in their games. Fournier possesses long-range shooting, but also able to handle and put pressure on the D with the dribble.
And he makes the first. Greg, it's been a long rebuild for the Magic, but they really feel they've got a plan in place.
Well, you've heard the front office talking that they're going to win at least 1 championship by the year 2030. And I got to say, that's an interesting quote, to say the least. I mean, I have heard of a 5-year plan, but a 13-year plan, I guess you'd call that building for the long term.
And so Fournier nails both of them.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there, and then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today.
And that one falls for Okafor.
Well, guys, you think back to 2013 when the Nets pushed all their chips in for a title. When that collapsed, they had to embrace Plan B. So what do? They go into the Spurs organization, hire from that brain trust, and now are trying to build from the ground up. Impressive. 5 straight makes. Love the play calling here.
Mozgov dishes to Lynn. Picked by Mozgov. Now here's Lynn. T right on him. Over Mack. And that one hits back iron. And the new Nets leadership now thinking long term.
Right, Kev. I think that this is a team, an organization that wants high-character individuals. They're using words like consistency and sustainability. If you want the model, it's the Spurs' 2-decade playoff run. That's the goal for the Brooklyn Nets.
And it's Vucevic missing.
He does the hard part, gets through the defense all the way to the rim. I thought the finish would be the easy part.
Hands it from downtown.
And just showing great vision there. Russell surveys the floor and whips it to the open man.
Now here's Matt, defended by Lynn. Pass to Isaac. There's the pick. Feeds to Ross. Clock at 6. From 8. The rebound by the Nets. Mozgov's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And here is Crabbe. 17 points for him last game against Boston. Picked by Okafor. Lynn kicks to Mozgov. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Russell, no good. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Celtics in Boston.
Whoa! We call that making it quick work, Kevin. A chance to start the break, and they take it. Ross is hard to slow down.
Nets trail by 3. Okafor sets the pick for Lynn. Pass to Okafor. Misses off the left iron.
Well, the defense harassing him every step of the way makes that a really tough look.
To the paint. It's tipped. Now here's Ross. He's guarded by Crabbe. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity. So Ross will go to the free throw line. It's on Jahlil Okafor. The Magic have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And a new group in for the Nets. Allen's checked in for Mozgov. Damari Carroll comes in for Crabbe. LeVert's checked in for D'Angelo Russell. And Dinwiddie's subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And a switcher also for Orlando. Augustine's checked in.
One shot.
That free throw good from Ross. Doris, with defensive rules now allowing teams to play a sort of soft zone, does that make it easier to hide bad defensive players on your team?
Well, it certainly gives you one avenue. I don't think you can play zone in the NBA for any extended periods because the coaching is too good and the skill level of the players would destroy a zone if you gave a steady diet of it. I do believe, however, that hiding a defensive weakness comes down to personnel. How many can you hide on one particular floor? Somebody's going to get exposed somewhere if there's too many.
No doubt. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Okafor with the screen on Fournier. 6 on the shot clock, and it's blocked.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
Intercepted. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Jahlil Okafor. Spates checked in for the Magic. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Evan Fournier. Nets trail by 8. Here's Dinwiddie. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Carroll. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And that one's good. Simmons.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for the Magic. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Magic.
And the mid-range game, probably the one area of note where they do not focus a large part of their offense, or at least maybe not as big of a focus as you'd like to see.
Nets trail by 10. It's Carroll on the wing. Inside, Allen. And slam dunk by Allen.
Boy, that possession doesn't come together if it's not for Carroll's assist. He brings it home for him with the pretty dime.
Aflalo outside. He kicks to Augustine. Jacks up a 3. Aflalo, no good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Took him no time at all on that one.
DeMauri Carroll gives the defense no time to react on that. Not looking to pass or put it on the deck, just score it.
Spates sets a screen. Here's Augustine. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Magic shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Augustine. It's the Nets now, trailing here by 8. Their last encounter was in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
Their last game against this squad, they won out thanks to some big contributions from the bench.
Yeah, that second unit was fantastic in the last meeting. They infused a ton of energy and, somewhat surprisingly, a lot of points production.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Picked his pocket. And now Isaac running the floor all by himself.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
And Jonathan Isaac, a 6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know, we're seeing more and more players like this with the length of a center and the guard skills. You know, you think of KD, Brandon Ingram, and now Isaac.
It's deflected.
Look at DeMauri Carroll get in space and block the shot. Defense at its best.
Dishes to Aflalo. He feeds it to Spates. 5 to shoot. The second chance effort. That shot missing. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And the story for Jonathan Isaac. As a sophomore in high school, Greg, he stood 6'3" and played guard. He hit a growth spurt, as you can see.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. I think what I notice most is that he's retained not just the perimeter skill, but also the fluidity. I mean, he's light on his feet and really moves well. Remember, there was another guy that was a point guard and had a nice growth spurt. I think his name was Anthony Davis.
Here's Dinwiddie. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Over Augustine. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Doris, if you talk about the challenge for the Nets coaching staff, How do you establish a culture of winning on a team that's going to lose on most nights?
You know, Kevin, it's all about winning habits, and that means the daily work that you put in every single day. There's an ethic that's conducive to winning that's built slowly over time.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. Doris, we talk about speed and quickness being a difference maker on offense. Which players really use those attributes to lock down players defensively?
Oh, I think it's hard not to look at Marcus Smart and Jay Crowder. The kind of physical attributes, meaning speed, toughness, length, but they also have the mindset necessary to look opposite some of the best players in the league and say, not on my watch. I'm going to get down in my stance and I'm going to prohibit you from getting to your strengths. It's really maybe underappreciated by everyone except coaches and fans of the game.
True, and you and I were just talking about Tony Allen.
That's a great point. I mean, Tony Allen has made his career specifically on the defensive end because, as you know, he's an opportunistic cutter, and if you leave him open, he can make an uncontested mid-range. But the reality is Tony Allen is in the NBA because he is a great defensive player.
And stolen by Simmons. And here comes Augustine late in the fast break. And it falls over the rim and in.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Allen's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Pass to Isaac. He can't hit that shot. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Augustine. The three. Here's Allen. And the shot goes down. Allen's got 6.
That's a big payoff for crashing the offensive boards. Go to work.
The shot by Spates. Nobody around. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Dinwiddie. 12 seconds left in the first quarter. There's the pick. Here's LeVert. That will count. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so it's Orlando sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Magic here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
I think their play calling has been exceptional. They've played with purpose and they've played with aggressiveness.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. LeVert and Carroll are the wingmen. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Allen, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. It's the Nets now, after Aaron Gordon was able to get the triple. There's a screen. Carroll dishes to Allen. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Flawless running. Here's Gordon outside for Simmons. Off target from three-point range.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Shelvin Max checked in for Augustine. Nets trail by 17. Picked by Mozgov. Here's Lynn. And it's blocked by Gordon. Spates kicks to Gordon. From in close. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Gordon's got 7 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Screened by Russell. Grab the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Outside, Lynn. Mozgov dishes to Crab. From downtown, they get it again. Russell kicks to Mozgov. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, when you let Mozgov get planted on your end, he's very hard to move. Great play from him on the second effort.
Now here's Matt. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Aflalo. Mozgov with the block.
Mozgov's such an effective player. His defensive presence, ability to block shots is so crucial to this team.
Crab kicks to Lynn. And he banks in the layup. Now here's Matt. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Gordon. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
Yeah, affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Now here's Mozgov. 9 points last game. Here's the screen. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Lynn. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Mack, the pass to Aflalo. High arcing shot. Mack, no luck. Nets trail by 15. 4-on-3 break. Here's Lynn. There's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Nets passing it around. There's the feed to Mozgov. And stolen by Gordon. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Flawless running. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
Orlando shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And he knocks down the first one. Doris, you were born in New York, became the first female analyst to ever call a Knicks game. Talk about the emotions that night, having traveled that incredible journey.
You know, Kev, it was both magical and nerve-wracking. You know, I grew up a Knicks fan when there was a healthy Bernard King, and the league had absolutely nothing for him when he was doing work on the low post. Hubie Brown was an idol of mine. But it was also nerve-wracking to be the first woman to sit in Clyde Frazier's seat. It was sort of awe-inspiring and a ton of fun.
And so the timeout by Kenny Atkinson here. And Kenny Atkinson, head coach of the Nets, a New York native, grew up in Long Island.
And it is nice to have that tie to the area. Certainly with this team, we know it's going to be a process. But Kenny is home, and he's committed to developing this organization.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Fournier. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 15 points a game, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Now, here is Russell. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. There's the dish to Okafor, and that one, good. Okafor's got 9.
And slick dish there in the pick and roll. Russell showing his elite feel for the game.
Fournier with the screen on Russell. Kicks to Fournier. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Nets trail by 15 from 10 feet out. And Russell gets it to go.
And just a good feel for everything around him. The mid-range area, comfortable spot for Russell.
Now here's Mack. He's guarded closely. He dishes it to Fournier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gordon, and Okafor with the block. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the 2nd quarter. Floats one up.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
To the inside. Vucevic with it. Now Okafor defending. Mozgov with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the call. It's a foul on Orlando.
Well, Jeremy Lin with the great hairdo and the clever play. How about that fantastic ability to pick up the foul?
And Jeremy Lin at 6'3" with good size for the point guard position.
Well, because of that size, I think it helps him finish in the lane, certainly, even if he's got to go over bigger guys. He's also on the defensive end, got the length necessary to guard the 1 and the 2, and that's a real advantage, Kev.
And that one falls for Lin.
Well, Kevin, how about the Harvard grad, Jeremy Lin? How far has this guy come from nearly out of the NBA at one point to viable NBA starter? Incredible.
And he makes both free throws.
Well, it seems like it's been a while since the breakthrough of Lin's sanity, but Jeremy Lin is still breaking down walls for Asian and Asian American athletes. This guy has shattered stereotypes and inspired many to follow in his path.
On defense, Brooklyn, 11-point game. Vucevic falls through. He's now made 2 of 4. And Doris, Jeremy Lin has been honest. In the past, he says that some have doubted him.
And I think that's always been the case for Jeremy Lin. Go back to his high school days. For Palo Alto High School, he wins a California State title. He's first-team All-State, and yet he did not have a ton of Division I scholarship offers. It's surprising when you think about the level of competition he faced as a young basketball player.
Now here's Lin. Following the miss by Aaron Gordon, Okafor with a screen on Ross. Fournier against Russell. Great D that time from Vucevic. Ross dishes to Mack. Shoots over Mozgov. Mozgov with the block. And Mack kicks to Gordon. Back to Mack. The 3. The rebound by the Nets. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the 2nd of 5 straight played at home. Pick by Okafor. Here's Lin. Mack grabs the miss.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now. You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the 2nd period.
Fournier in the corner. From beyond the arc, Mack. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Shot from the top of the key. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Crabbe.
Well, we know this. Jeremy Lin knows how to run an offense. His ability to find the open man, uncanny.
Now here's Mack to the middle. Gordon the pass to Fournier. Gordon a screen. Off the pick. And it comes off the front of the rim. And stolen by Fournier. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Fournier's got his second bucket tonight.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe a new approach, because what they're doing is not working. You're going to have to alter some things on the offensive end.
And a new group in for the Nets. Allen's checked in for Mozgov. Damari Carroll comes in for Crabb. LeVert's checked in for Russell. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Isaac's checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Shelvin Mack. Now here's Okafor. 14 points from him the last game against the Celtics in Boston.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
6 to shoot. Dinwiddie dishes to Okafor. Passes it to LeVert. Shoots over Fournier. And again, it's the Nets missing.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Boy, that's just the kind of tight defense you need to play on him. Any kind of room at all, and he'll bury it.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working. Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
Here's Dinwiddie, back to Okafor. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Here's Ross. Rebound, Brooklyn.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Carroll.
That's what they like him to do. Drive the bucket and attack. Damari Carroll's a handful when he's got that edge.
Okafor with the steal. Here's Dinwiddie. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And he's got great length for a point guard, and it served him well on that play.
The Nets shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
One shot.
You're having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
The Magic leading by 8. Now Augustine, who's coming off a 13-point game against Miami. And Fournier kicks to Ross. Feeds it to Vucevic. Just 5 to shoot. And Allen with the block. Here's LeVert. He's guarded by Fournier. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
Here's Augustine, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Nikola Vucevic. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 17 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Well, I love it. Drivers think they see a crease to the lane and go for it. And eventually, he shuts the door.
A free throw drops for Augustine.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And he can't hit the second. Nets trail by 6. 1:43 left to play here in the half. Here's Carroll. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And really, the first 3 or 4 seasons of his career, DeMarre Carroll was kind of a fringe rotation player. I think once his three-point shooting took form in Atlanta, that's when his value as a player skyrocketed.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And for DeMarre Carroll, able to hit the 3, but it all starts for him, Greg, at the defensive end.
Yeah, he can be an intimidator on that side of the ball, and with his lockdown mentality defensively, he only needs to provide complementary scoring to be a key contributor.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Now, did you know, Kevin, that they call DeMarre Carroll the swag daddy because he always dresses to impress? I hear the wardrobe is unreal.
Fournier passes to Vucevic. Here's Isaac, covered by Okafor. Down low. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Augustine's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Now here's Allen. He's got 6. Here's Okafor. He can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
They set the pick. Pass to Isaac, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And that's an area where he's improved. Isaac does a great job of using that screen and roll to his advantage. Whatever the defense gives him, he takes.
Pick by Okafor. Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for the Nets. Orlando also making some changes. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's a Flalo in for Fournier. Pass to Carroll. 6 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Spates. They retain possession. That's good, and the Orlando lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Allen. Orlando's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. To the inside. Here's Simmons. It's tipped.
And slow things up here with a chance to get the last shot of the quarter.
Exactly right. That's what you'd like to see. Hopefully they play the clock to perfection here.
Here's LeVert. No good from 11 feet. And so we conclude the first half. It's the Magic up 6. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. You know, our coaches really drew up something good for us. You know, they wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Out in front at the half is Orlando. They have the 6-point lead. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Their three-point shooting in the first half was atrocious. Ugh, ugly, awful, nasty. It's not that they're just missing shots. It's like they just keep taking the shots. Hold on, Ernie. Hey, you! Whatever your number is, stop shooting the three. See, Ernie, that's all the coach got to do. Tell him stop shooting the three. Pass, cut, work together, do something.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we, into the second half of our broadcast. Terrence Ross with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Mack in at the point. And it's Gordon missing.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Now, here is Russell. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Okafor gets the bucket. Okafor's got the first field goal of the second half for the Nets.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Russell against Fournier. Here's Mack. And Okafor with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Okafor. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
Magic leading by 4. Here's Fournier. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Russell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
And a big move for D'Angelo Russell this past offseason. Traded from the Lakers to Brooklyn. Now one of the major building blocks of this team that has embraced him wholeheartedly.
Shoot 2, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Russell. And with the draft spot the Lakers had, and the spotted history with D'Angelo Russell. You know, Greg, it wasn't a huge shock to see him move.
You know, it just seemed to me that Russell wasn't the right fit for what LA wanted to do. Still a very young and talented player who has a chance to kind of reinvent himself here in New York. He's shown a bit more maturity since that trade and since joining this team.
Now here's Mack. Vucevic, a screen on Lynn. And Mack kicks to Ross. Baseline J on the way. And the shot falls short this time.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Screen by Russell. Lynn kicks to Crabbe. Okafor with a screen on Ross. 4 on the shot clock. Lynn from long range.
You got it. Come on.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Nets.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
The Magic have gone 0 of 5 to the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room. Mack dishes to Fournier. And stolen by Crabbe. Here's Russell. He nails it, and we're tied up. Russell's got 4 points this quarter.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And you love the heart, the fire they've shown here. Let's see if they can keep up this level of tenacity. Boy, Kev, I love his game. He can hurt you in so many different ways.
Out to the right wing. There's Crabb with the 3. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Crabb's got 10.
Gentlemen, this guy goes from good three-point shooter to great when you give him that kind of space.
He gets it in there.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Now here's Lynn. He's covered by Mack. Okafor in the post. He's against Gordon.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
You know, you have to be an absolutely tireless worker to rack up 20-plus boards. Boy, completely caught his man off guard by going to the reverse. That's one way to make sure the shot doesn't get blocked.
The Magic have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Fournier. Nets trail by 4. Outside, Lynn, picked by Okafor. Right side, Lynn. Crabb with the ball. He's got 10. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Crabb's got 5 points now this quarter.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
Now here's Mack. 5 on the clock. Ross on the wing. That shot off. Excellent D there from Okafor. Crabb kicks to Lynn, and it's blocked by Gordon. Here's Ross. Fournier in the corner. Another miss by Orlando. Brooklyn trailing. Crabb kicks to Okafor. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Mack's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Ross passes to Mack. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Lynn. Vucevic with the block. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And the Nets with possession here. Trailing by 2. Fournier, that's for 2. That one a little long.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Russell dishes to Mozgov. And here is Lynn. He has 6. Shot clock at 5. Sheds over Fournier. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Mozgov's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Oh, the persistence from Mozgov. This guy is constantly looking to crash the offensive glass.
And Mack kicks to Vucevic. Gordon with the screen for Vucevic. Here's Mack. He feeds it to Fournier. Trying to get back on track. Mozgov with the block. Here's Gordon. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. That one on Mozgov.
Yeah, easy call.
And Aaron Gordon, the athletic Aaron Gordon, playing much of last season at the small forward position during Serge Ibaka's short-lived stint in Orlando.
Yeah, and while he was excited to stretch his skill set pretty clear it was a bad fit, especially in today's NBA. Gordon is a power forward, period. The Magic invested the 4th pick on him in that 14 draft, and they have to give him minutes at his natural position as his game continues to evolve.
He's off on the first. Some changes for Brooklyn. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Okafor. Damari Carroll comes in for Crabb. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. The Magic also changing it up. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Simmons comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's a Flalo in for Fournier. So he comes up empty, missing both. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Carroll kicks to Dinwiddie. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his 5th foul.
And that's going to be his 5th, guys. 1 more and he's done.
And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Orlando also making some changes. Isaac's checked in for Gordon. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Shelvin Mack. Here's Mozgov. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Well, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Dinwiddie. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. DJ Augustine picks one up.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Allen's checked in for Mozgov. The Magic trail by 3. And Augustine kicks to Spates over Allen. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
For Orlando, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line. 9 of 12 so far.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Spates. And both free throws good for Spates.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
Here's Dinwiddie. 11 points in the game. He kicks to Carroll. Allen, a screen on Simmons. Here's Carroll. The shot, no good. Simmons with the defensive effort. Down low. Here's Isaac. The kick out to Spates. Spates sets a screen. Goes back up. A follow goes in. And he makes the bucket. True contact and gets the whistle too.
You know, that's the sturdy frame of Aaron Aflalo. Just paying dividends. That's a heck of a play.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot.
And that one falls for Aaron Aflalo.
You know, Follow, he comes into the league as a defense-first player, but he has turned himself into a real threat on the offensive end.
Here's Dinwiddie. Dishes it to Carroll. Down low, here's Hollis Jefferson. Allen passes to Carroll. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Augustine. Augustine with the steal. And now Aflalo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 11. Inside. And Allen slams it in. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Yeah, he saw he had a huge opportunity to help his team. Score is tight-knit, and he comes through.
Carroll with a screen on Augustine. Here's Dinwiddie. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Simmons penetrating. That one goes. Count it. And it's a 5-point Magic lead.
You know, you like your swingmen to be that secondary playmaker. Aflalo getting it done.
And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
Shooting one.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson.
And you'll hear some say the sleeper of that 2015 draft was Rondé Hollis Jefferson. I mean, a fractured ankle his rookie season limited him to just those 29 games. But when healthy, he's shown he can be a force defensively.
Brooklyn trailing. Here's LeVert. He's guarded by Aflalo. Here's LeVert. Banked in off the glass. LeVert's got it all tied up now for the Nets. And Greg, what separates Hollis Jefferson, do you think, as an NBA defender?
You know, physicality, quickness to go along with anticipation. I mean, with his pressure D, he's able to suffocate perimeter players and rack up steals. And don't forget versatility. He's a guy that can guard multiple positions, and that's a huge asset for any team. And gets physical on the boards and just really pays for it with the over-the-back call.
Boy, he wanted that rebound. Didn't matter who was in his way. Doesn't get it, though.
2 shots.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Well, don't you love the nickname, the Junkyard Dog, DeMarre Carroll. This guy has established himself over the last handful of seasons as a starting caliber forward.
Carroll hits them both. And Carroll slowed somewhat by knee surgery a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make his way back into form. One of those tone setter guys. You know the effort will be there every time he takes the floor.
It's stolen by Carroll. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Allen in the post, guarded by Spates. Passes to LeVert, shoots the 3. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
On a pretty good day for them so far, his shooting has been one of the tough spots.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Here's LeVert. And the 3 off target.
I'll tell you, his touch has been off all day, and now his judgment is starting to go by the wayside as well. That's a poor shot.
Isaac. They can't stop the run with that one.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
From 13 and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Hollis Jefferson's got 5 points in the quarter. The Magic trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Augustine dishes to Spates. 1:05 left here in the third quarter. And the basket by Isaac.
And look how fluid Isaac moves. It's like watching a guard, terrific at penetrating and using those long strides to get to the rim.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He has 5. The shot by Carroll, no good. And it's Simmons penetrating. They swipe it. Here's LeVert. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. LeVert's got the lead up to 4 now for Brooklyn.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The kick out to Aflalo. A three-pointer off the mark.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Dinwiddie. 11 points in the game. Pass to LeVert. There's the 3. No good there. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nets lead by 4. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And meanwhile, Frank Vogel talking to his team.
The offense will come and go. This has got to be our staple. Suffocating D.
No surprise, focusing on defense, Frank Vogel reminding his guys what this team is all about.
Yeah, you can win with consistent defense no matter what your offense is doing. But of course, you know he'd love to have both.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. LeVert and Carroll are the wingmen. Allen is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Lynn in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And Mack kicks to Gordon. Here's Simmons over Russell, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. The Magic making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Nets with the lead. Outside, Lynn. Now the feed to Russell. Okafor with the screen on Fournier. Shot clock at 6. The 19-foot shot. Lynn's shot is off.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
The score now all even. 9 points for Aaron Gordon. The Nets shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. It's Hollis Jefferson, top of the key. Back to Lynn. They set the pick. Looking to end his cold spell, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Vucevic. And that one falls for Lynn. Mozgov, he's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And the Magic making a change here as well. Terrence Ross is checked in for Jonathan Simmons. Both good from the line that time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Now here's Mack. Here's Vucevic. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Outside, Lynn. Crabbe in the corner. They set the screen. Okafor with the screen on Gordon. Here's Crabbe. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
That's good from Crabbe. And so he hits both. The Magic trail by 4. Mack, the pass to Fournier. Back to Mack. Fires the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
That's a huge three-pointer. He'd love to become a go-to guy for them here in crunch time.
Yeah, and when he gets going, he adds another dimension to their offense that can make a huge difference when the game's on the line.
Here's Okafor. Magic knocking down the tray. Here's Mozgov. Great D that time from Vucevic.
Boy, a kickout's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
The dish to Fournier. Inside. Gordon kicks to Fournier. Here's Vucevic. Mozgov with the block. Crabbe in the corner. Fires the 3. Tips it up. It's good on the putback. 6 points for Timofey Mozgov.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now, here's Vucevic. Shoots over Mozgov. Bank shot, no good.
Now, that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
Well, he just works so diligently inside, and the numbers back that up.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2. Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Fournier nails both of them. Here's Russell. Okafor with the screen on Fournier. In the corner, it's Lynn. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I know Jeremy Lin has got a thin frame, Kevin, but don't let that fool you. This guy can play through contact.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former #2 overall pick in 2015 out of Ohio State. Greg, in your opinion, what makes him so special as a prospect?
I think it's all about his skill level. I mean, The league loves players who can handle, pass, and shoot. And he can do all three at an elite level. And he's not just a stationary shooter. He can hit pull-ups, a very good in-between game as well. Let's just see if he can continue his maturation process.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Mack dishes to Vucevic. Mozgov with the steal, and out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. The Magic trail by 4. Here's Fournier.
Oh. You've got to be kidding.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest the shot.
And it's Russell missing. Orlando's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. They get it back. Kicks to Ross. Gordon against Okafor. Feeds to Fournier. Picked by Vucevic. Fournier passes to Gordon to tie it up. He doesn't hit that one. Excellent D there from Okafor. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Nets have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Lynn kicks to Mozgov. They set the pick. Pass to Crabbe. Pick by Okafor. Dishes it to Russell. Just 5 on the clock. Vucevic with the block. They recover it, and he makes that one.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Russell against Fournier. He dishes it to Ross. He feeds it to Mack. Back to Ross, and stolen by Crabbe. Rebound by the Magic. Gordon's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. No good from Ross. Nets leading by 4. Now Crabbe launches it. They grab their own miss. Outside, Lynn. Screened by Russell. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Boys, ball security flawless in the first half, but since then, it's an absolute disaster.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
That one wide left. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Vucevic against Mozgov. And Okafor with the block. And they're able to recover. For 3, Ross. Okafor grabs the miss. The Nets with the lead. Here's Lynn. Fournier pulls it down. Fournier's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. He kicks to Gordon. Second chance shot. Mozgov with the block. Outside, Lynn. The pass to Mozgov. Back to Lynn. Picked by Mozgov. Just 5 to shoot. There's Crabbe with the 3, but they get it back. It's stolen by Mack. Fournier dishes to Ross. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Nets leading by 4. Moving it up. Got a piece of it. And now the fast break. Ross with the ball. Here's Fournier on target from 13 feet. Fournier's got 9 points here in the second half.
how about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
In the corner, it's Lynn. Puts up a three. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 6 assists here tonight.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lynn, dropping it in the face of the D.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Right. I mean, that's solid defense. At the very least, you like seeing them muck it up and make things difficult.
Fades back. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
You know, the assist has to go to the screen on that play. Gave him all the room he needed to rise and fire.
Okafor sets the pick for Lynn. Passes it to Okafor. Over Gordon. And it's Okafor missing. The Magic trail by 3. Here's Fournier. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Lynn's shot is off. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Ross passes to Gordon, and stolen by Gordon to tie it up. Krills it from outside, and that'll tie this game up.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His 2nd triple tonight.
Lynn with it, picked by Okafor. Goes back up, count it, and he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Gordon, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Isaac's checked in for Orlando.
One shot.
That one misses for Okafor. Orlando's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Pass to Isaac. Back to Mack. Orlando moving the ball around. Looking to get back on track here. And Ross with the slam.
Boy, you talk about killer instinct from Terrence Ross. What a huge bucket.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Timeout called, the Nets. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits at this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Nikola Vucevic.
And guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at him. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
The Magic making a switch here. Spates is checked in. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He told them, look, fellas, this is what we're capable of when you come together as one. I knew you had it in you, just like I know we're going to come out on top. Finish this game.
And Vucevic throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Brooklyn's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Mack leading the charge. Mozgov against Vucevic. Now here's Spates. Tight defense on him. Mack, no luck. Burnett shooting in this fourth quarter, pretty dire at 27%. Russell kicks to Crabbe. The three-pointer, no good.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
Count that one. 18 points for Lynn.
And Lynn is no stranger to the big moment. He shines brightest when he needs to with these kinds of baskets.
Now here's Mack. Drops in the layup for 2. Mack's got the game tied up here for the Magic.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
And he knows how much was riding on that possession. He wanted to score.
Mozgov with the bucket.
And it's Mozgov coming in huge when they need him most.
Orlando's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And Mack kicks to Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 19 rebounds.
And he's stroking it well, but he just hasn't shown the aggressiveness that they need out of him. Probably in front by more if he was taking more shots.
Now here's Lynn. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
Mack dishes to Spates, and the slam dunk by Spates. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Picked by Mozgov. It's in! A huge shot to tie it up.
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Now here's Spates. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Mozgov.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Shooting 2.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he does get the second one, and that gives them the lead.
It should be a 2-point lead, but they'll be satisfied to have edged into the lead.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're down by 1. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
Now here's Matt. The feed to Ross. Spates with a screen on Lynn. Ross kicks to Spates. It's money from deep.
And they still have a foul to give at this point.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 1. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
You'd think they want to do everything they can to get it to their hot hand.
Isaac's checked in for Maurice Spates. Grab the pass to Lynn. Back to Crabbe. Tries again. Can't cash in.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 2. There's Russell with the 3. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long.